Hey, what's happening, everybody? Back here with Johnny. Johnny, good to see you again.
It's
Seems
good
like
to
it was
see
just
you.
a minute ago I saw you.
Yeah, it was a few minutes ago. This is take 2. On what do you want?
Johnny, we've been talking a lot about things that have been really helpful for you during this whole journey. And one thing I've heard you say time and time again is speak about hospice and how invaluable they are and the kindness they've shown you. And maybe you could just speak a few words about hospice, and then for people who are if whether they have ALS or something else, what the process is about connecting with them, or all those types of things.
Well, hospice, regardless of the dilemma or disease, really, there's 2 types of hospice. There's visiting nurses, and then there's Serenity House. Serenity House is the place where all of our loved ones can go in the final moments of our physical life. They can go and be pampered, be taken care of, to live the last few moments of your life again with dignity and with solace. And it's all philanthropic. Hospice is an incredible place. There's 2 types again. The one that I'm involved with right now, because I still have a lot of piss and vinegar left in me, even though I have my moments. I'm with visiting nurses, and it's a philanthropic social services arm, so to speak, that they come. I have 2 wonderful volunteers, and they come each 2 hours a week. Wow. And they go to, for instance, they'll go to the mail, pick up my mail, they'll write checks, they'll go to the market for me, they do some light cleaning in around the house, and just help me do the things, since I can't drive and things are becoming debilitating where I can't really walk anymore. They're just a support group, so I'm not sitting here in my house molding by myself, because there's nothing worse than sitting alone. So they are so wonderful about giving just a bright, cheerful face. Let's go into town, let's run some errands, et cetera, et cetera. So hospice is wonderful. Again, to reiterate, there's 2 types. There's one where we go spend our last waking breaths, and they take care of you in dignity, and they watch you transcend to the other side. And then there's the type that I'm using now, where they're volunteers out of the goodness of their hearts. They come help me do my daily chores and do the things that I need on a day-to-day basis.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
and
it's amazing.
If somebody need to get in contact with them, what would they do? Would they go to the website?
Yeah, you could pretty much Google. Here in Santa Barbara, you can just Google hospice, and there's 2 types. And then through your doctors, hopefully your doctors will know.
Okay.
And my neurologists, they were familiar with it. And Santa Barbara being a small town, somewhat of a small town, they were pretty easy to find. So any support group that's out there, they'll know of hospice.
Okay, so that's just good for people to know, is to hop on Google or something, and Google like support groups. Google
there's
hospice,
a support group.
Those types of things.
There's absolutely no reason, no matter, it's not ALS, it's no matter, even people that are not sick, but they might be lonely, they might be alone. Now you can be alone and not lonely, but they might be alone, but they need physical help. Hospice is there for them, There's another great, I can't laud them enough, is Food from the Heart. Once a week, a philanthropic church group comes by my house, and they bring an incredibly beautiful meal. It's about 2 meals in a bag on Wednesday, and they beautiful salads, an entree, soup, some desserts, a few snacks, and just to check in and make sure that we're here. And that's one of the good things about not only our community, but our country, and we as human beings, that there are people out there that care.
And then to hear these wonderful organizations like Hospice and Food from the Heart that you've connected with now, and who are putting that goodwill out there, and hopefully maybe somebody watching this is inspired to to look into hospice, maybe volunteer, look into a Food for Heart.
Volunteering for hospice.
You said they're philanthropic. It's something that, sometimes people wonder, well, what can I do? People, the biggest leverages usually we have for charitable or time and money. Well, if you don't have the money, you can maybe put some time, or if you do.
Well, that's all I have to say, really.
I had a best friend of mine said, when you put goodwill out there, it's amazing what you can accomplish. So
right.
I appreciate you, Johnny, sharing your goodwill with everybody.
Brother. Yeah, thanks.
That's all.